Hi everyone, welcome to the course on chemistry. In today's lecture, we will solve the questions from S block elements related to alkaline earth metals. In a previous lecture, we have solved the questions from S block elements related to alkali metals, that is first group element. Now we will move to the second group elements which lies in S block elements only, and they are said to be alkaline earth metals. So let's begin with first question. In India, at the occasion of marriages, the fireworks used to give green flame. Which one of the following radicals may be present? So usually during functions time, the fireworks are used to crack and they will give different colors. If that fireworks gives a green flame, which radical is present in that particular firework? ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೇ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಫೈರ್ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಫೈರ್ ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಕರ್ಸನ್ನು ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಟೈಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕಲರ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. You may get red color, green color, violet color, yellowish color. So what is the reason for that? ಯಾಕೆ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಕಲರ್ಡ್ ಫ್ಲೇಮ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? It is because in that fireworks, the powder which is filled consists of ions. And here that may be Na plus, K plus, Ba plus 2 or Ca plus 2 or any other ion. It depends upon which ion or which radical is present in that firework. Based on that, we will observe the color of the flame. So suppose if a sodium ion is there, Na plus ion is there, then it will give golden yellow color. So Na plus ions ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಗೋಲ್ಡನ್ ಯೆಲ್ಲೋ ಕಲರ್ ಫ್ಲೇಮನ್ನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಫ್ K plus ion is there, potassium ion is there, then you will observe lilac or violet color. ನಿಮಗೆ lilac or violet color ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಫ್ ಬೇರಿಯಮ್ ion is there, Ba plus 2, then it will gives green color flame. And if Ca plus 2 is there, then you will get brick red colored flame. In laboratory also, during salt analysis, you have done the flame test. In flame test, we will detect the ion which is present in the salt by carrying out flame test. So based on which color it will gives, you will say the particular ion is present in the given salt. Laboratories ಒಳಗೂ ನೀವು ಫ್ಲೇಮ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಯಾವ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಅದ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಫೈರ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ದೇ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಯು ದಿ ಫೈರ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಫ್ಲೇಮ್. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ the radical which is present in the firework is Ba plus 2. Barium ion is there. So option C is the correct option. Then second question, which of the following metal ions plays an important role in muscle contraction? Muscle contraction ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಮೆಟಲ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ರೋಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Here the ion which plays important role in muscle contraction is Na plus, sodium ion. So option B is the correct option here. So remember this. Okay, Na plus ion plays important role in muscle contraction. Then third question, white enamel of our teeth is the hardest part in the body, is made up of enamel that is present in the teeth, and that enamel is made up of the calcium fluoride. So thus the white enamel of our teeth is nothing but calcium fluoride. Therefore option B is the right answer. Then fourth one, which of the following alkaline earth metal oxides shows a coordination number 4? Among these four, beryllium oxide, magnesium oxide, strontium oxide, calcium oxide. Among these, the alkaline earth metal which shows coordination number 4 will be, means here the oxygen will get attached to beryllium and the number of oxygen atoms should be 4. Coordination number means the number of atoms surrounded to central metal atom. So thus here the beryllium oxide is the alkaline earth metal oxide which shows the coordination number 4, because the beryllium, it can form BeO4 minus 2 and having the tetrahedral structure, and thus we can say each beryllium is surrounded by 4 oxygen atoms. Okay, so thus the option A, beryllium oxide, is the right one. Fifth question, the basic character of the oxides magnesium oxide, strontium oxide, potassium oxide, nickel oxide, cesium oxide increases in the order. So here basic character of these given oxides increases in the order means you have to take the oxide which is having less basic first and then more basic. Okay, so first see here basic character, how you will detect here. Here first, metallic oxides are usually basic in nature. Metallic oxides basic nature hondirtavre, and non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Non-metallic oxides the nature enirutte acidic irutte. Remember this thing always. Non-metallic oxides are acidic, like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide. These are all acidic in nature, and metallic oxides are basic in nature. Here these magnesium, strontium, potassium, nickel, cesium, all are metals, and thus they will form metallic oxides, and they are all basic in nature. But you have to find which one is more basic, which one is less basic. In order to determine that, you should know which one will show more metallic character and which one will show less metallic character. ಈಗ ಮೆಟಾಲಿಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಯಾವುದ್ರದ್ದು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಹೊಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದ್ರದ್ದು ಮೆಟಾಲಿಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲರ್ನ್ಡ್ ದಿ ಪೀರಿಯಾಡಿಕ್ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್, ದಿ metallic character down the group decreases. Okay, metallic character down the group decreases. So thus you have to see which one is lies above the periodic table and below the periodic table. So here the magnesium, it is the second group element, lies first, and then you will observe the potassium which lies in first group. Okay, potassium will lies in first group and magnesium will lies in second group having the atomic number 12, and potassium is having the atomic number 19. And strontium, it will lies below to that of the magnesium and its atomic number is 38. And nickel, it is a d block element, so it will lies in transition elements. And then another one is cesium. Cesium will lies in first group and it is at the end of the 7th period. So therefore, here the down the group, the metallic character increases. Thus, CS is having highest atomic number among these three, and it will lies down the group, and thus cesium is having high metallic character. Cesium is having high metallic character. That means the cesium oxide is more basic in nature. Cesium down the group ಇರುತ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ. ಸೊ ಮೆಟಾಲಿಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಹಳ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರದ್ದು ಸೀಸಿಯಂ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ cesium, which one will comes? Potassium, because it is a first group element. So potassium, it is again highly metallic after cesium, and thus potassium oxide which is having the basic character, more basic character after cesium oxide. After potassium, which one is having highest atomic number? Strontium, because strontium and magnesium are second group elements. Along the period, as we move, metallic character decreases. So first group elements are more metallic, second group elements are less metallic. And now in second group, magnesium and strontium are there. So in strontium, it lies down the group, and hence it is having high metallic character, and magnesium is having less metallic character. So thus the oxide of strontium is having more basic nature, and oxide of magnesium is having less basic nature. So therefore we can say the cesium oxide, okay, it is having high basic character, less than this potassium oxide, and less than this strontium oxide, and less than that magnesium oxide, and less than that nickel oxide. So thus which option is right here? Option C, nickel oxide is less basic character than magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide is less basic than strontium, then it is less basic than potassium, and then it is less basic than cesium oxide. So remember, the basic character is determined based on the metallic character of the metals. Okay. Then sixth one, which of the following has correct increasing basic strength? Now in the previous question only you have seen the order of the basic strength, okay, and now they have asked correct increasing basic strength. Again you have to first write the element which is less basic, and then you have to arrange in increasing order. So now here beryllium and magnesium, okay, calcium and barium is given. So first among these four, which one lies down the group? Barium, okay, it comes at down the group, and thus barium oxide is more basic. And after that, here first beryllium, then magnesium, then calcium, beryllium, magnesium and calcium, then barium are present in second group element, and down the group metallic character increases. So thus barium has more metallic character, and thus barium oxide is having more basic nature, and beryllium is having less basic nature. So therefore if we arrange the basic strength of oxides, beryllium oxide is less basic than magnesium oxide, and it is less basic than calcium oxide, and it is less basic than barium oxide. So therefore among the given option B is the correct one. Seventh question, which of the following will liberate hydrogen by its reaction with hydrochloric acid? Here among these elements, first see, copper and mercury are less reactive elements, and phosphorus and magnesium are reactive, but atomic number of magnesium is 12 and atomic number of phosphorus is 15. So thus here magnesium, its valence is +2 and phosphorus, its valence is +3. Now the magnesium has more tendency to lose electron and thus it is highly reactive as compared to phosphorus. Therefore, magnesium will react with the hydrochloric acid in order to liberate hydrogen gas. Okay, so therefore option D, since magnesium is more reactive, it will releases hydrogen gas by reaction with hydrochloric acid. Then 8th question, alkaline earth metals are not found free in nature because of alkaline earth metals nature ಒಳಗೆ free ಸಿಗುದಿಲ್ರಿ. ಯಾಕ? Simply their thermal instability, their low melting points, their high boiling points and greater thermal reactivity. So here usually metals, if they are not found free in nature, that indicates they are more reactive. And here also alkaline earth metals are reactive and thus they will not found free in nature. So therefore option D, their greater thermal reactivity, is the correct answer. Next 9th question, ionic hydrate is not formed by. So ionic hydrate means the hydrate formed should be ionic in nature. And here among these elements, beryllium, calcium, barium, strontium, the element which is having a smaller size will form the hydrate which is covalent in nature. Because when the size is small, then they will form the covalent bond. Therefore, among these four, the beryllium, it is present at the top of the periodic table. Thus, it will have smaller size and covalent in nature. Thus, it will not form ionic hydrate. Instead of that, it will form covalent hydrate. So, therefore, option A is the correct answer. 10th one, which of the following is least soluble in water? So least soluble means ಯಾವುದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಸಾಲ್ಯುಬಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಸಿ ಬೇರಿಯಂ ಫ್ಲೋರೈಡ್, calcium fluoride, strontium fluoride, magnesium fluoride, all these are fluorides. Now solubility, it depends on what? Here barium fluoride, the size of barium is larger and thus the bond which is formed between fluorine and barium will be weaker, and strontium is also larger in size and thus the bond formed is weak, and calcium is also larger in size and thus here also bond formed is weak. And in case of magnesium fluoride, the magnesium is smaller in size. When size is small, the attractive force is more, and thus lattice energy is more than hydration energy. So when lattice energy, okay, lattice energy is greater than hydration energy, then that compound is insoluble or least soluble. Okay, remember this. And if the hydration energy is greater than lattice energy, then it is more soluble. So remember this condition. So here the magnesium is having smaller size, therefore the bond formed is stronger and thus lattice energy is more. Therefore the lattice energy is more than hydration energy in case of magnesium fluoride. Therefore option B is the right one. So when you dissolve that in water, they will not easily break down into ions because of high lattice energy or strong chemical bond formed between them. Next, 11th question. The characteristic outer electronic configuration of alkaline earth metals is. So as you already know, the alkali metals, that is first group elements, alkali metals have the electronic configuration NS1. And second group elements, those are said to be alkaline earth metals, they are having the electronic configuration NS2. Okay, so therefore option B is the correct one. 12th question, which of the following is the strongest base? So again, here to determine strongest base, only one thing, which one is having more metallic character. So when you observe the metallic character, aluminium, it will not lies in this second group. Okay, it will lies in other group. Therefore, here magnesium, okay, then calcium, then barium, and aluminium is at another group. Therefore, as we move along the period, the basicity gets decreases. So aluminum hydroxide, it is less basic, and down the group metallic character increases. So barium, it is more metallic character, so thus barium hydroxide is more basic in nature and hence it is a strongest base. So therefore option D is the correct one. 13th question, which of the following ions has the largest ionic radius? So among these, which one is having largest ionic radius? Simply beryllium. Arrange these in the group. Beryllium, after that magnesium, after that Ca, after that strontium. So all has lost 2 electrons. So now as we move down the group, the number of shells will go on increases. Okay, so as number of shells increases, the atomic radius will also increases, and thus the size of the ions will also increases. Thus Sr plus 2 strontium is having largest ionic radius. Option D is the correct one. 14th question, density is lowest for. So here density means mass by volume. In case of calcium, strontium, beryllium and magnesium, the one with lowest density is, if you observe here, in case of magnesium, okay, atomic number is 12, so electronic configuration will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, and vacant 3p orbitals are there. In case of calcium, atomic number is 20, so we will write argon, then 4s2, 3d0. So d orbitals are completely vacant here. There are totally 5 d orbitals and all they are vacant. Due to that vacant d orbitals, the atomic volume is more and mass is less. Therefore, the density of the calcium is also very less as compared to strontium and barium due to the presence of vacant d orbitals, and thus option B is the correct one. 15th one, the first ionization energies of alkaline earth metals are higher than those of the alkali metals. This is because, so first ionization of alkaline earth metals ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಆಲ್ಕಲಿ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಈಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಯನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ higher ionization energy. Why it is? Simply consider the example, sodium and the magnesium. Here in magnesium, in outermost shell, 2 electrons are there, and in sodium, in outermost shell, 1 electron is present. And here, when the number of electrons increases in the outermost shell, the negative charge increases, and here the nucleus has positive charge. So the interaction between the outermost electron and nucleus gets increases with increase in number of electrons in the outermost shell. Here only 1 electron is there, less interaction will be there. 2 electrons will present in magnesium, more interaction will be observed. Thus, the force of attraction between nucleus and electron is more, which is known as effective nuclear charge. So thus, here see the option, there is an increase in the nuclear charge of the alkaline earth metals. So in first option only they have given the reason. So therefore option A, due to increase in the nuclear charge of alkaline earth metals, they are having high ionization energy. So option A is the correct one. Let's see the 16th question. Alkaline earth metals form ions of the general formula. Since they lies in second group and their outermost electronic configuration is Ns2, therefore the ions which are formed from alkaline earth metals have the general formula M+2 or M2+. If you observe the Mg will loses 2 electrons and becomes Mg+2. Okay, so similarly calcium, it will becomes Ca+2. So thus the general formula for the alkaline earth metal ions is M2+. So therefore option A is the correct one. Next, 17th question. The number of covalent bonds formed by beryllium is. Beryllium, as you know, its valency is 2. Its atomic number is 4, and therefore in first shell 2 electrons are present, in second shell 2 electrons are present. So therefore this beryllium can share the 2 electrons with the other atoms to form the bond. 2 electrons adu share ಮಾಡಬಹುದು because 2 electrons are there in the outermost shell. Outermost shell ಒಳಗೆ 2 electrons ಇರ್ತಾವ್ರಿ. So therefore it can form the 2 covalent bonds. Therefore option A 2 is the correct answer. Next, 18th question. Alkaline earth metals show typical characteristics of. So as you already know, the S block elements are said to be representative elements. Therefore the alkaline earth metals as well as alkali metals show the typical characteristics of representative elements. Therefore option C is the correct answer. 19th one. The alkaline earth metals barium, strontium, calcium and magnesium may be arranged in the order of their decreasing first ionization potential as. So here you have to arrange these elements in the decreasing order of the ionization potential. That means first you have to write the one which is having the highest ionization potential, and then you have to arrange in the order of decreasing. So among barium, strontium, calcium and magnesium, all these lie in same group. Therefore magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, they are arranged in this manner. Okay, so now you know, as we move down the group, the ionization potential decreases. Ionization potential means it is nothing but ionization energy. So therefore as we move down the group, ionization energy decreases. And thus if we see which one is having the highest ionization energy, Mg will have highest ionization energy. So Mg. Okay, it is having highest ionization potential. Then second is calcium, then strontium, and the least ionization potential is shown in barium. So this is the order in which we can arrange these metals in their decreasing first ionization potential. So therefore, which option is right here? Option A. Then 20th question. The first ionization energy of magnesium is lower than the first ionization energy is. So among these elements, if we compare with the ionization energy of magnesium, it is having lower than which one of these elements? So here lithium, sodium, calcium, beryllium are given. Compared to, if you observe the second group elements, Be, okay, it lies first, then Mg, then calcium, okay, then strontium, then barium. So here, if we observe down the group, ionization potential decreases. Therefore, the one which is having highest ionization potential is beryllium as compared to magnesium. So magnesium is having lower ionization potential than beryllium. So therefore, option D is the correct answer. Then 21st, the most electropositive amongst the alkaline earth metals is. Most electropositive means the one which will have more tendency to lose electron, or there it can lose the electron easily. ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಲೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಯಾವಾಗ ಲೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಲೋ ಅಯೋನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ಅಯೋನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೋ ಆದಾಗ electropositivity ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so thus if you again see these four elements, beryllium, magnesium, calcium and barium, this is the arrangement of these elements in the periodic table. So now barium is having lowest ionization enthalpy in this group, and thus it can easily lose the electron, and thus we can say it as the most electropositive among these four. So therefore option D is the correct answer. 22nd, which of the following has the lowest melting point? So lowest melting point means the bond between the given elements should be very low or very weak. So if the weak bond is there, then it can has lowest melting point. So among these options, again magnesium, it will form ionic bond, okay, and strontium, calcium, all these are ionic in nature because their size is larger, so they can easily lose the electrons and forms ionic bond. But beryllium, it is smaller in size. Due to its small size, ಅದರ ಸೈಜ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಇರೋದ ಕಾರಣ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ರೀ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಫ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಟು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಕೋವೆಲೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಂಡ್. ಕೋವೆಲೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಂಡನ್ನು ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂಗ್ತ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಅಯಾನಿಕ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕೋವೆಲೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ವೀಕರ್. ಅಯಾನಿಕ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕೋವೆಲೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಎರಡನ್ನು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಕೋವೆಲೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ವೀಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ beryllium, it will form weak covalent bond, and thus beryllium fluoride has the lowest melting point among these. So option B is the correct answer. 23rd, amongst lithium chloride, rubidium chloride, beryllium chloride and magnesium chloride, the compounds with the greatest and the least ionic character respectively are. ಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಗ್ರೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಯಾನಿಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಅಯಾನಿಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಎದರ್ದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಗೇನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಫ್ ದಿ ಸೈಜ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೋರ್, then it can easily lose the electron and it will form the strong ionic bond and shows greatest ionic character. So here, if we arrange the given elements in their group, lithium is a first group element, and then rubidium will comes last in the first group, and in the second group beryllium and magnesium, okay, is given. Now among these, which one is having greatest and least ionic character, that you have to find. Lithium, it is having small size, but due to its high hydration energy, it will form ionic bond. So lithium chloride will form ionic bond, and hence it is ionic in character. And beryllium, it is a covalent character. Therefore, when we compare all these, beryllium, it will form the covalent bond and hence having least ionic character. And among magnesium and rubidium, which one is having lowest ionization energy? Of course rubidium, because as we move down the group, the ionization enthalpy decreases. So rubidium can easily lose the electron and forms ionic bond. Thus the rubidium chloride will be having the greatest ionic character, and beryllium chloride is having least ionic character. So which option is right here? Option B. Next, 24th question. Melting point of calcium halides decreases in the order. So here all these are calcium halides. Okay. Now among these, which one is having lesser melting point and which one is having high melting point, that you have to know. So since here fluorine is having small size, okay, as compared to other halides, and then chlorine will come, then bromine, then iodine. Iodine has bigger size compared to all these. Okay, so thus here calcium fluoride, when it is formed, it is having small size, and thus the melting point of calcium fluoride is very high, and melting point of calcium iodide is very low because iodine is having larger size. Iodine the size large ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ interaction between calcium and iodine is weak. ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಂ ಮತ್ತು iodine ನಡುವೆ weak bond formation ಆಗುತ್ತೆ due to increase in size, and fluorine is having small size. As a result of that, the bond formed between calcium and fluorine is very strong. Therefore it is having very high melting point, and calcium iodide is having low melting point. And after fluorine, chlorine is somewhat bigger, and thus it is having high melting point than bromine, and bromine is having high melting point than iodine. So therefore calcium fluoride is greater than calcium chloride, greater than calcium bromide, and greater than calcium iodide. So therefore option A is the correct answer. Then 25th question. A metal X on heating in a nitrogen gas gives Y. Y on treatment with H2O gives colorless gas, which when passes through copper sulfate solution gives a blue color. So Y is. So here a metal X on heating in nitrogen gas gives Y. Okay. So simply if we consider magnesium here, okay, magnesium is the metal because here all are magnesium metals, and a nitrogen, it is not a metal, therefore we have to consider magnesium. Now it is heating in a nitrogen gas. So when magnesium is heated in a nitrogen gas, it will form magnesium nitride. Okay, so here magnesium nitride will be formed, and that is Y. It is Y. And Y on treatment. So magnesium nitride on treatment with H2O, okay, it will give magnesium hydroxide along with the release of ammonia gas. Okay, so magnesium nitrogen gas jodi react ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ magnesium nitride ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. So that is the answer only, because they asked you what is Y. So here when metal X, that is magnesium, is heated in nitrogen gas, it will give magnesium nitride. So therefore option B is the correct answer. Okay, so remember this. Okay, these are some important questions from the alkaline earth metals which are related to S block elements. Now we will solve the past competition MCQs on S block elements, alkali metals as well as alkaline earth metals. Okay, so let's begin with the first question. Which of the following statements is incorrect? So this is asked in CBSE PMT 2011 examination. The pure sodium metal dissolves in liquid ammonia to give blue solution. The NaOH reacts with glass to give sodium silicate. Aluminium reacts with excess NaOH to give aluminium hydroxide. NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate, on heating gives sodium carbonate. So among these statements, which one is wrong? That you have to determine. And remember, here sodium metal is there. Okay, aluminium is given and it is reacted with sodium hydroxide. Since it is related to sodium, therefore it will be asked from alkali metals. So now here NaOH reacts with glass to give sodium silicate. This is correct statement. Pure sodium metal dissolves in liquid ammonia to give blue color solution due to formation of complex. That is also right. Aluminium reacts with excess NaOH to give aluminium hydroxide. So here see, when aluminium, okay, it will reacts with NaOH, sodium hydroxide, okay, in presence of water, that is aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide, it will form sodium aluminate. Sodium aluminate will be formed along with the release of hydrogen gas. So thus it will not use aluminium hydroxide. Instead of that, it will form sodium aluminate. Therefore option C is the incorrect statement and correct answer for this question. Then second one, the products obtained on heating lithium nitrate will be. So when lithium nitrate, okay, it is heated, it will undergo decomposition reaction and thus it will form lithium oxide along with the nitrogen dioxide by giving oxygen. So these are the products that are obtained on heating lithium nitrate. So which option is right here? So the product obtained are lithium oxide, nitrogen dioxide, oxygen. Therefore option A is the correct answer. Okay, so remember this. Third question, what is the best description of the change that occurs when sodium oxide is dissolved in water? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್? ಈಗ ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಏನಾಗತ್ರಿ, ವಾಟರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವುದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ, oxide ions accept sharing in a pair of electrons. Oxide ions donate a pair of electrons. Oxidation number of oxygen increases. Oxidation number of sodium decreases. Here simply when sodium oxide is dissolved in water, oxide ions donates a pair of electrons. Therefore the option B is the correct answer for this. This is asked in AIEEE 2011. Then fourth question, the ease of adsorption of the hydrated alkali metal ions on an ion exchange resins follows the order. So here the adsorption of the hydrated alkali, that means here degree of hydration depends on again the size of the cation. Smaller the size of cation, more will be the hydration energy, that you already know. And you know lithium plus, it is having the highest hydration energy because of its small size. Therefore, therefore lithium is having the highest hydration energy, and less than this the sodium is having hydration energy, and less than sodium potassium is having hydration energy, and less than that rubidium is having lowest hydration energy. Therefore, among these the correct option is option B. Then fifth question, the solubility order for alkali metal fluoride in water is. It is asked in JEE Mains online examination held on April 22, 2013. So solubility of order of alkali metal fluoride. Here one thing you should know, higher the lattice enthalpy, lower will be the solubility. So lattice enthalpy is inversely proportional to solubility, we say. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ ಎಂಥಲ್ಪಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದಷ್ಟು ಸೊಲ್ಯುಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಲ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ ಎಂಥಲ್ಪಿ ಎದ್ರದ್ದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ರೀ, ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ ಲಿಥಿಯಂ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ ಎಂಥಲ್ಪಿ ದ್ಯಾನ್ sodium, and sodium is having greater enthalpy than potassium, and potassium is greater than rubidium. So this is the order of lattice enthalpy. Now it is inversely proportional to solubility. So therefore lithium fluoride is having lesser solubility than sodium fluoride, and it is having lesser solubility than potassium fluoride, and it is having lesser solubility than rubidium fluoride. So remember this relation, lattice enthalpy is inversely proportional to solubility. So which option is right here? Option D. Okay. Then sixth question, which of the following statements about NaO2O2, that is sodium peroxide, is not correct? Option A, it is diamagnetic in nature. It is derivative of hydrogen peroxide. Sodium peroxide oxidizes chromium to chromate ion in acidic medium, and it is superoxide of sodium. So if you observe these options, option D is the right one, because if we take NO2, it is oxide. If we take Na2O2, it is peroxide, and if we take NaO2, then it is said to be superoxide. So now here Na2O2 is there, that is peroxide, but here they have given superoxide. Therefore option D is not correct. It is the correct answer for this question. Then seventh one, the function of sodium pump is a biological process operation in each and every cell of all animals. Which of the following biologically important ions is also a constituent of this pump? So sodium pump, which is very important process, as well as you have learned in biology also, and it will helps to muscle contraction also. And the sodium pump, in this the important constituent of this pump is K plus ion. So usually that sodium pump is represented by Na plus K plus pump. So therefore here sodium is not given, therefore the another constituent is potassium, and thus option B is the right answer, which is asked in AIPMT 2015. Then eighth question, which of the following alkaline earth metal sulfides has hydration enthalpy higher than the lattice enthalpy? So this is asked in CBSE PMT 2010 as well as JEE Mains 2015. Illen kelidarri, which one is having higher hydration enthalpy than lattice enthalpy? Hydration energy should be greater than lattice enthalpy. So which one is having higher hydration energy here. So again, if you observe all these elements, calcium, beryllium, strontium, barium. Beryllium, it is having a small size and thus its hydration enthalpy is greater than lattice enthalpy. So therefore, the beryllium sulfate that is having higher hydration enthalpy than lattice enthalpy. So option B is the correct answer. The ninth one, the property of the alkaline earth metals that increases with their atomic number is. So as atomic number increases, which property will changes here? So ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ atomic number ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ solubility of their hydroxides in water, solubility of their sulfates in water increases, and ionization energy increases, electronegativity will also increases. So here as we move down the group, solubility will increases and that is also for hydroxide. Solubility of their hydroxides increases in water. That is the correct option. So option A is the right answer. Then 10th one, which of the following compounds has the lowest melting point? Again, here the one which is having larger size that will have weak bond and that is having lowest melting point. So among these, chlorine, bromine, fluorine, iodine is having largest size, therefore it is having weak bond and has lowest melting point. So option C is the correct one. Then 11th question, which one of the following is present as an active ingredient in bleaching powder for bleaching action? So in bleaching powder, usually the calcium oxychloride, okay, CaOCl2, this is the active ingredient in bleaching powder. Remember this, calcium oxychloride. Option B is the correct answer. Then 12th one, equimolar solutions of the following substances were prepared separately. Which one of these will record the highest pH value? So here, as we see this, the barium chloride, okay, it is formed when barium hydroxide and the barium hydroxide and HCl react with each other to form BaCl2. So thus here barium hydroxide is a strong base and hydrochloric acid is also strong base. When strong base and strong acids, they combine with each other, they will neutralize and form the salt, which is almost neutral in nature. So therefore option A is the correct one. Then 13th question, which of the following on thermal decomposition yields basic as well as acidic oxide? So here, when calcium carbonate it is heated, it will decompose to calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Therefore calcium oxide, metal oxide, basic in nature, and carbon dioxide, carbon is non-metal, so non-metallic oxide is acidic in nature. So therefore the option C, it will yields basic as well as acidic oxide. Next 14th one, solubility of the alkaline earth metal sulfates in water decreases in the following sequence. So here remember, solubility decreases down the group due to decrease in hydration energy. So down the group move ಆದಾಗ hydration energy decrease ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ because size increases. Thus here the magnesium, it will lies at the upper portion and barium will lies at the below portion in the periodic table. So thus barium sulfate is having lesser solubility and magnesium is having higher solubility. So therefore the magnesium, first you have to see magnesium, it will comes first, barium will comes last. So therefore option D is the correct answer. The 15th one, on heating which of the following releases carbon dioxide most easily? So among these, magnesium is more reactive, and thus magnesium, it can easily decomposes, magnesium carbonate decomposes to magnesium oxide and carbon dioxide. So option C is the correct answer. So these are some questions which are asked in past competitive examinations. So here just remember the concepts that you have learned. The question may be different, but the concept will be same. So this is all about the S block elements. Okay. So just go through the concepts and solve more and more questions from this chapter. Thank you.